Hey y'all, it is Asia, the fumbling farmer here. You might notice that I am inside my house, which does not make sense for a garden tour to be starting that way, but I am actually future Asia in this video, and I had filmed the garden tour in connection with some information on a squash situation, and so I realized that if I kept the two together it would have been too long, so I'm splitting up the video. Please go and look for that informational video. It's good for trellising squash, dealing with squash vine borer, and pollinating squash as well. So go ahead and look for that video as well. But for now, let's go ahead and get started on my early June garden tour of just everything that we have going on. All right.
Bye.
Enjoy the video. Are coming along in here. Okay. Actually, I think the other day I found some, I think this is an eggplant flower coming along here. So, yay! Look at, I leave the carcasses of the bugs I squash to warn their friends. Alright, and then inside of here I have some big old marigolds growing. There is corn. It's corn! There's corn in here, and then these are scallop squashes that I'm hoping will, there's one there, there's a little baby one here, there's another little baby one there, and I'm hoping they will grow and kind of cover the ground and help keep weeds down along with the, what do you call that stuff? Mulch that I have, the straw mulch that I have. Alright, I actually got all my pepper plants planted out. I had, this whole thing was filled with peppers, so I put some in pots, and I planted some in another place. These flowers are feverfew. I'm pretty proud of them. I grew them from seed and they look relatively healthy. So I'm growing those up. This is my goji berry. I grew a goji berry plant from seed too. I just potted that. It was potted in a little tiny plant. Alright, this was supposed to be dill, and I got excited because a lot of it sprouted, but I am pretty sure this is not dill. So yeah, this is my little stunted chamomile, and this was allegedly artichoke, but I don't think it is, so we'll find out. I'm letting it grow. That's some hyssop I grew from seed. My peppers are here. I grew these things called Pippin Golden Honey Peppers, and they have like these sweetest little purple flowers. Like, look how cute those are. And the peppers are supposed to be all different colors. So those are flowering away like crazy, but I haven't seen any little baby peppers yet, so we'll see. And these are supposed to be Keystone Giant resistant peppers. I did have a lot of trouble with slugs in the beginning when I first planted them, but the new growth is looking pretty good. Alright, squash you, leave your carcass. Alright, this is another squash plant. It is looking like something, hold on, let me make sure you can see too. Something is trying to get in there. So I'm going to spray in that one. And let's see, here's another squash plant. It is looking okay, I think, but I have to come along and spray that one too. Alright. These are lemon cucumbers over here. So those are coming up. And y'all, I just noticed, I think this is a loofah. I had planted it a while ago and it hadn't come up, and I was about to give up on it, but somebody said in the comments that loofah takes a while to germinate, be patient, and so I was like, alright, I'm gonna wait a little longer. And look it, there it is. Happy birthday, little guy. Welcome to the world. So thank you in the comments for who told me to be patient. That was helpful. So I actually planted 2, and then I was like, oh, it's not doing anything, so I planted 3 more, so hopefully they don't all germinate, because 5 loofah plants would be a lot and I would have to pull them up. Alright, y'all, you know what else I realized is I always go over this bed and I never talk about the tomato plants in the middle. It's like they're invisible. So these are tomato plants that grew from tomato seeds from last year. I had a random tomato plant in this bed and more seeds grew up, so I'm like, this is just a tradition. We have a random tomato plant. It's in the middle of the bed. I can't reach them. because there's this trellis on this side and this trellis on this side, and then it's too far in unless I'm stepping in the garden. So they literally just do their own thing. Last year, what ended up happening is they grew up out of their trellis, and then they ended up going over that trellis, and it ended up being really nice because the tomatoes just hung down through the little things. I'd just come and pick them, and it was sweet. So they're cherry tomatoes, red cherry tomatoes. I don't remember what kind, but there they are. I'm mentioning them because I never do. I always go over this bed and be like, I got cucumber, squash, celery, and I just ignore the big tomato plants right in the middle. So there's that. Okay, let's keep going. These are Marketmore cucumbers, so slicing cucumbers on this side. They're looking pretty good. This is a spaghetti squash, and my other spaghetti squash finally sprouted as well, so yay. Hey buddy, you're doing great, keep it up. Okay, and then this was from my work garden. It was just simply labeled winter squash, so I put it over here with the spaghetti squash. I don't know what it is, and I'm wondering if it's even a winter squash or a summer squash, or if it's the same thing as I have over there. Who knows what's going on. All right, then over here I have, oh, my little thing got blown away. Over here I have cantaloupe, heart of gold cantaloupe. I put these on it because the young plants tend to get eaten up by slugs or chipmunks or something. I don't know what it's getting eaten up by, but they get eaten up. So I put these on until they get a little bit more leaves on them, and then I'll remove them. So, but they're doing pretty good under here. Okay, then I have some borage. This looks like it's gonna flower soon. Okay, I moved this pot of cilantro and calendula back here. I see a bug. Let's see if I can get the sucker before he runs. I got him. All right, so that's back here. I have some Swiss chard growing in here. There's one here and there's one down there under the giant cilantro bush. There's some onions in the middle that aren't looking too good. And then this is cumin. And then look at my, what you call it? What do you call this? Malabar spinach. Good thing I put a sign there. Look at my Malabar spinach, y'all. It's getting a little eaten up by something, so I'm gonna have to come out and put Sluggo or something around here. So that's exciting though. And then the other exciting thing is I do have a couple of peas forming along here. I think this one's actually ready to pick. So there's some peas growing actually. But it's like every year I get like 5 peas. I make one pot of rice with 5 peas in it, one for each member of my family. So I gotta get the timing right. I have to I think I punk out with it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too cold. I can't plant them right now. But I think I need to plant them in like February. And not punk out. All right, let's keep going. All right, and here I have some cantaloupe planted. So we'll see how those do. And this is another cantaloupe. And then here's my Kajari melons. They are growing up pretty good. And then I have my carrots over here. And then there's some more onions over here. And then this crazy potato bed. I am going to go through right now and pinch off the flowers. They are pretty little sweet little flowers though, even though they are poisonous and can kill you. So let's go over here. And I was watching a video that said that there's a couple of reasons that your potato plants could be flowering. It could be a good reason that they're maturing along and they're doing what they're supposed to do through their life cycle. It could be that they are freaking out about something, like something's not going right, and so they need to flower really quickly so that they don't, oops, sorry, I sidewaysed you, so that they don't, they can make seeds, so they're trying to go to seed quickly. It could be that they're getting too much water. Oh, look at this. This is a ladybug larvae. Let's see if we can see the buddy. Where are you, honey? Oh Lord, he done went underneath the leaf now, never mind. All right, this is a not good guy. Let's get him out of there. All right, so I did want to come out here and pick these off of the plants. My sage over here, this is the one I replanted. It's not looking too good. Like some parts on the sides here are struggling a little bit. The main part is looking okay, but I think I need to water it. But there are some young shoots coming up at the bottom, so I think I just need to keep it watered and help it get over its little transplant shock. I get it, buddy. Moving is hard. That's my gigantic cilantro. I cannot wait until it goes to seed and I can get it out of here though. Alright, and then these are garlic chives. And then there's my pumpkin plant over there. I feel like my pumpkin plant has gotten to the point where maybe we can take off this little buddy and just let him be free. What do y'all think? I think he looks pretty strong. Squash vine borers also like pumpkin plants, so that's a challenge. I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna go put it on my little baby loofah over here. Hey, sweet baby loofah. Here's your little home for guardian home. Okay. All right. Let's go on back again. I'm going in circles. Here's the corn from another view and the squash. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, next bed is this bed here. This bed, look at this broccoli plant, y'all. I'm going to show you from the bottom. It starts down there and it goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And so you might be wondering, why do you keep it in your bed? It's obviously not doing anything, but that little bee there is exactly the reason. There's bees. Ooh, is that a Japanese beetle? Honey. So there's all it does trap like the other insects. I can come here and suck bad insects off of it really quickly. There's little tiny like hoverfly kind of insects, or little tiny like tiny wasps that love these flowers. And so I'm just leaving it here until it's done doing its thing. But I did pull up a lot of the other stuff that was in this bed, and I still have some garlic in there. It's not quite ready yet. I think end of June I'm expecting to pick it up. I did cut off the I missed this one. I cut off most of the scapes from the garlic, and I made some garlic basil pesto, and it's delicious. I'm actually spreading it on bread. My daughter makes homemade bread, so I'm spreading it on her bread when it's toasted, and it's really good. All right, but those extra pepper plants, I came and planted them in here, so they're kind of randomly dispersed through here, and I had one random eggplant too that's in here. So this is peppers and eggplants, and if I pull up the garlic and I have space, I might try to squeeze in some okra plants in here too. This is one Brussels sprout plant I left because it looks like it's making little Brussels sprouts in between the armpits there. So I'm just trying to leave it and see what happens. Oh, look at that, y'all. It's just like a grasshopper leg. That's so disturbing. Oh, did I show you my other disturbing thing? Here's my other disturbing thing. Look at this. Something just left like a cicada head. It's just like chilling there, like neatly cut off, just chilling. And now there's something on it eating it. Yo, nature is crazy, yo. Crazy. All right, this is my second corn bed. I planted it later than the other one. Oh, look at this sucker. You know what they're digging up is I had green beans planted. I have green beans planted in these other little spots in between, little bush beans. So that's probably somebody discovered a bush bean. Anywho, so yeah. But anyway, corns and bush beans in here, and then there's some amaranth growing in the back. And then this sage, which was originally here, I didn't move it or anything, it's going to see, is blossoming, so I think that's pretty sweet. I'm letting it do its thing there. I have purple runner beans going up the trellis, and then those are potatoes. I can't even go that way. I'm not even going to try to walk that way, so we're going to walk past this way. This is calendula in this bucket. There's a cosmos plant there. My blueberries are back there, and then all of that is just crazy potato wilderness. It's the wild lands of potatoes. All right, let's go over and look at the tomatoes. Tomatoes are just tomatoing. A lot of my plants are doing this crazy thing where they have this really thick stem that looks like 3 different branches. Like, come over here, look at this one. I was trying to, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I was trying to figure out like what to trim off, and I'm like, I don't even know, because it goes like this. It's this really thick stem. There's like multiple stems stuck together. One, you can see here, 1, 2, 3, and then they go up. And so I don't know which one is the main stem to trim off and which one is a sucker. So I'm just gonna let it be. The other thing I started doing with the tomato plants is I was wrapping the string around the stem, but I noticed that some places, in the lower places, like you could see it here, the string was digging in. It looked like, well, maybe it's not, but it kind of looked like it was digging into the stem, and I didn't like that, so I started using these connectors to just connect the stem to the trellis. I got those off of Temu too, but I think you can find them on Amazon or in any store for trellising if you're looking. All right, my marigold that I grew from seed is growing. The basil is doing well. So in between these rows of tomatoes, I have marigolds and basil. There's a red Reuben basil down there, marigolds, more basil. It looks like there's a tomato on the ground there, which should not be. So something trying to do something. All right, that's that. Then these are my pickling cucumbers over here. And they are just chock full of flowers. Now let's see if we can find any bugs in any of these flowers. I usually come through and look. I haven't gone, and my bug vacuum is way over there. But cucumbers are just like tomatoes. Squash. There we go. Cucumbers are just like squash in that they have male flowers and female flowers. So the female flowers will have a little baby cucumber at the end. If the female cucumber does not get pollinated, after the flower dries up, the fruit will start to shrivel up too, like that one's kind of doing back there. That one bloomed. It was my first flower to bloom. There was no male flowers around, and so it didn't get pollinated. All right, but if it does get pollinated, then the cucumber will keep growing. And you can actually do these the same way as the squash, in that you can pick off the male flower, peel off all of these petals until you get to the little dot in the middle there, and then just take that dot and rub it along the inside of the female flower here. And that's how you will pollinate them. And again, you can do that with a paintbrush or a Q-tip or something too. I just usually am out in the moment and forget. Look at these guys. Look at what they're doing. Let's see if I can get it in. Oh my goodness, look at them. That's a hot mess. Y'all get a room, y'all. Okay. And then I have the little tomatoes forming here and here. This plant I actually got, it's a sun gold cherry tomato plant. I actually got this one from the farmer's market in our town, or the next town over actually. This is Brad's Atomic. There's some bug guy there. So all of, like, Brad's Atomic has flowers. Is there two? Oh, this is Black Beauty. This is a Black Beauty. That's Brad Atomic Grape. This is Apricot Zebra. This is Alice's Dream. Let me see what this flower looks like. They're so pretty. And this is Sorole. So all the ones I planted earlier have flowers growing on them. The back row I planted a little later, to my regret. So yeah, that's that. The cucumbers, this is kind of how they look. And then I have all my hot peppers over here. And look at, I got a little baby jalapeno. Look at that, so cute. All right, and then the jalapenos are here. Jalapenos, if you come along and just kind of tickle the flower a little bit. Some people will come with like an electric toothbrush and just buzz along them, but I just come and shake them, and that's how they can get pollinated a little more easily. I think this is another little baby one. Yep, right there. So those are coming along nicely. They seem to be healing from their earlier slug damage. Even the daytill peppers, which were kind of small and stunted, seem to be coming along. All right, let's see. There is Nyla's garden with her little morning glories. I know morning glories can be super invasive, so I have them planted in these pots, and I'm picking up any babies that I see, but I just love coming out here and seeing them all flowering around. They are sweet. Here is Anissa's garden. So it is still green, but we have one Black-Eyed Susan open. It's still doing its thing. Okay. And then let's come out here. Out here we have, okay, so I had a lot of extra tomato plants, so I planted some more tomatoes along here because I had planted backup tomatoes. This, I believe, is supposed to be a cucamelon, but it's so tiny. And I had planted some more cucamelons and they came up, so we'll see how they do. They just struggle. They get to be about this size and then something comes and eats them. So I'm protecting this one here with this. Let's put that back there. So hopefully. And then I love these cosmos, y'all. They're so pretty, but I do think they are stealing the sun from these plants down here. So they can't see them. All right, so those extra peppers that I had on my table in pots that were starting to like look really sad, I actually came and just planted some out here. So these are jalapeno peppers there, and these are the daytill hot peppers planted here. And then of course I have my watermelon too. And then my peach tree is here. There's also like borage growing in here because I had it last year. I just left it. But look how cheerful those cosmos look. So I don't want to cut them down. But I think if I want anything to grow on that side, I'm gonna have to. All right. But they're also really good because look, they bring in these little pollinator dudes too. And then my clematis is growing up, and there's even another sweet little flower up top there. It's hard to see. Another sweet little flower growing up there, and more buds. So I love that. And then yesterday I got a shipment from Baker's Creek, and I got some passion fruit plants. So they're looking a little sad right now because I just transplanted them. I'm trying to keep them nice and wet and happy, and then hopefully they'll do something for me. So that's the plan. Okay, that's that. What else is happening? Sunflowers over here, doing okay, getting a little eaten up, that's all right. Rose bushes. This is a dahlia with a little bud on it. Echinacea with the little buds on it. Everything is just like almost there. My lavender. All right. Oh, I planted stuff in here yesterday. I planted some more snapdragons, and I planted my zatar, and look at it, freaking fracking squirrels or raccoons or chipmunks or any number of other things. So I guess I'll be out here replanting this bed. All right, and then just little flowers. The hostas are blooming. There's my hydrangeas. How y'all looking? These ones love to get aphids on them. I mean, I don't think they love to get aphids. The aphids love to get on them. Okay, let's keep going. This is my nasturtium and bachelor's button and my native hydrangea. And then just more of my, these kind of have to be shade plants here because I got two big trees and they shade the front of the house, which is very nice for our heating bill and our comfort when sitting in our little spot. But okay, no more potted flowers coming along. Snapdragons, which are my fave, and nasturtiums. This is a giant hosta, and this is the flowers coming up on that one. Does this one have its flower coming up yet? Yep, there it is. Okay, these are my mallow plants. I have 3, 1, 2, and 3 back there behind the bird bath, so they're coming up. This is the hosta blooming, and then I had planted some snapdragons here, which I guess somebody thought looked interesting, so they dug those up, and that's there. This is a pretty little moment right here where it's like the hosta is blooming and then the daisies are blooming, and then this pink thing here in the back, the hydrangea, is blooming, and then the mallow plant is putting on tons of blossoms, so those are going to be really big and pretty. I think these ones are a dark pink color, so that's pretty. This is my compost pile. It was huge. I ordered 2 or 3 cubic yards. I think I ordered 3 cubic yards, and we're just down to this little pile, but it was a big pile there, and I appreciate having it there now if I need to have stuff like what I was doing in the backyard with replanting stuff or covering up the vines and things like that. Then there's this cute little moment here, this little garden. I love this one actually. I like all the different greens. I like the different shades and shapes and textures of all the plants in here. These are my neighbors, Calla Lily's Miss Debbie. She passed away and then her family moved out, so that's a nice reminder of her. They bloom like a cheerful yellow, which is just like Miss Debbie, was very cheerful and sweet. And then my hostas here, and these are mums from my friend Cindy's garden. So got Cindy with me too. Okay, and then finally, oops, hold on, let me make it out there. Oh, I walked right past these. These are roselle plants, and they'll give me like the little seed pods. I see a bug on there. They'll give me the little seed pods that you can make like really nice drinks out of and everything. So that is growing there. This one was growing really nice and strong, and this one wasn't doing that well, but I think it's kind of picking up and getting its life together a little bit. So that's that. And then finally, let's go down our driveway to the mailbox. Let's see what's happening here. So again, everything is just on the precipice of looking gorgeous. My nasturtium bloomed, so that's pretty. So that's there. These are my balloon flowers. This is why they're called balloon flowers, because they make like these little balloons and then they'll pop open and flower. And my lilies are getting ready. My balloon flowers are literally ready to pop. The sedum down there, and then I have some like hyssop planted in between and some snapdragons planted. So hopefully once it starts blooming, here's some more sedum in here, and this is I think that hyssop stuff, and then snapdragon, and I don't know what this is, but I think it looks like something, so I'm leaving it in there. I might be nurturing the weed though, we'll see. Alrighty, so that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for walking around with us. Thank you so much for going on this tour with me. I hope some things were explained or you learned something from here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm always looking for bugs to squash as I'm walking. That's why I look so distracted, because I'm like, is that a bad bug or good bug? Bad bug or good bug? Bad bug or good bug? The life of a gardener. Anyway, y'all, enjoy. Thank you for the person who told me about being patient with the loofah. I appreciate that. And if y'all have any other comments or suggestions or anything like that, let me know, please. All right. Take care, y'all. Happy gardening.